Hi guys, it's Crystal. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to create a super cute bunny out of pom-poms. I was asked to do this video by a subscriber. She wanted me to recreate this, so that's what we're going to do today. So what we're going to do, I didn't go ahead and show you how to make these on this video because I will have it linked down below where I showed you how to make pom-poms before. So what you're going to need to do is make, if you have the We Are Memory Keepers pom-pom makers here, and there's other brands out there, you're going to want to use the large size, 2 of those. And then you want 3 of the small. So what you're going to do for the big, you're going to trim one down. You're going to want to clean them up, both of them. But you want to make one of them smaller than the other. So that way the body and then the head. And then you want to make 3 of the small ones. And you want to trim the 2 feet a little bit smaller than the tail. And you just want to trim all of those up though. But I made the two for the feet a little bit smaller, okay? Then what you're going to need is a few pieces of felt for the ears, and then you're going to need, and also for the eye, and then you're also going to need a cute little, like a felt ball for the nose. But you can, I've seen another person take, from this video that she asked me to do, she took a bead and then put it inside a piece of fabric, and then wrapped it like this, wrapped it with some string, and then cut it and use that. So just use whatever you have on hand. So let's go ahead and get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our big pieces here. So we're going to take our 2 big pieces and you want to glue this one on top. So that way it's like its little head. So we're going to go ahead and do that first. So I'm just going to go ahead and get a little bit of glue going. And today we're using my smaller glue gun because I didn't know where my big one was, and it was actually where it was supposed to be, but I already have this one going. So I'm going to go ahead and just glue these 2 together. So I'm just pushing that down, making sure it's going to hold. Then kind of refluff them a little bit. All right, and then what you're going to do is you want to take a spot, and you're going to have these 2 real close together to create the cute little feet. So I'm going to go ahead and get that going. So I'm just going to get a little bit of glue here and get one down. And it's going to kind of go right in between the crease is where you're putting that of these 2 balls here. So now we're going to get the next one going. So you're going to get those on there just like that, and then you can just kind of refluff, so that way it kind of sits like this. So you got your 2 little feet, and now we're going to go ahead and get the tail on just like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the glue so that way I can make sure I'm putting this where I want it to be. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the glue, get it on the tail here. And then I'm going to get it just like that. All right, and you could use brown or gray for this little bunny, but gray is what I had on hand, so that's what we're using. All right, so now what we want to do is get his nose and whiskers. What she used in her video was that clear thread. It's like a, I'm trying to think of what it's actually made out of. I can't even think right now. Anyways, so what you're going to do for the whiskers is you're actually going to take that clear thread. You want to take some clear thread and you want to cut it down real small to put behind the nose to make the whiskers. But I don't have any of that on hand, so we're just going to go ahead and pop his little nose on here. And I'm probably just going to use a couple pieces of white. So I'm going to go ahead and trim me down a couple pieces of this white here. Maybe do one more. All right, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to get a glue dot right in the middle here. And then just kind of push these together. Kind of roll them between my fingers just to kind of get them to hold together. All right, just like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue my nose right on top of this. Just like that. And then we're going to just glue it right on top of this, just like that. And like I said, you'd really want to, so you're just going to kind of figure out where your nose is. I'm just going to pick it right about here. So there we go. And then I can come back and kind of trim these whiskers up just a little bit. I'm going to make the one in the middle a little bit shorter than the other ones. So something about like that, and we can always come back and adjust those. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and get the eyes. What I'm gonna do for the eyes is I'm just going to, you can either take felt or you can take foam, whatever you have, like I said, or if you have some little black beads. And I'm just gonna go ahead and take and create a couple little small circles here. I'm just going to freehand them. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my eyes in here. So we're just gonna add a little bit of glue to these. All right, just like that. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and make his, and the whiskers would have been so much cuter with the clear. But now we're gonna go ahead for the ears. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some gray so that way it matches his body. And I'm just gonna go ahead and freehand the shape of some ears here. And what I'll do is one, and then I'll copy it for the other. So just think about when you're making like a flower petal. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and copy that and make the same size. And then what I'll do with the pink is I'll make it a little bit smaller so we can put it on this. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our glue and get these glued down. So I'm gonna get it on the back of the pink here. All right, so there is our ears. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna take a little bit of glue right here and you're gonna fold these in just like that. And if the sides of the gray are not sticking, you can always come back on the sides of the gray and get it just like that and just hold it for just a second so it can hold down. All right, and then we'll do the same thing to this side. All right, so once you have your ears, you're just gonna find where you're going to position these. And you're just gonna kind of move the, move your yarn around just to kind of get those in there. You can have them kind of laid back or whatever you wanna do. So I'm gonna go ahead, so I just kind of leave them like that, pop one out. I'm gonna get glue on both sides. And that way I can just pop it right back down in there. And I'm gonna do the same thing to this side. I'm gonna just add glue to this side, and then we're just gonna pop it right down in there. And then you can kind of fluff them up as you go. So just like that. Like I said, it would be way cuter with the cute little whiskers. I did have some of the clear thread, but we had a wedding this last weekend and I took it and I have no clue what I did with it. I don't know if it's in my vehicle or what, but I figure at least you guys can get the gist of it. It makes it look like a cat with with these whiskers, but you get the point. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.